Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this adorable game day baby blanket. And this Afghan was made with Premier's Parfait yarn, and this comes in 28 gorgeous colors. It's a number 5 bulky weight yarn, and this Afghan calls for a size J crochet hook also. And this yarn is super soft, and the pattern is really easy once you get it established. I think on round 4 you become established on this pattern, and that round just repeats and repeats and repeats, so you can make this as big as you'd like it to be. So all you got to do is just really focus on the first few patterns to get it going, and then you just increase the same in the corners, and then you're on the straightaways. So I guess I don't know a whole lot about sports, to tell you the truth, and I guess these are Steeler colors. Not that that means a whole lot to me, but with 28 colors you can mix and match all your colors. It's a great design for that. And these colors are lemon ice, black, and cream. So the links to everything are listed below, and I want you to make sure to subscribe to our channel, because it really helps us out if you subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff. And you'll be the first to know when we have new videos coming out. We have tons of videos coming out. So I really appreciate you watching, and the links to everything are below. Now I'm going to take you to a close-up and show you how to make this Afghan. So here's a close-up of the Afghan that I showed you in the intro, and this is round 1, and I'm going to show you round 2, and round 3 is the round that keeps repeating throughout the entire Afghan. So once you get those figured out, you're good to go for the whole Afghan. So you start out with a chain 4, and then you join with a slip stitch to form a ring. And to do so, you insert your hook into the first chain, which is the 4th chain from hook, like this. Yarn over, draw a loop up, and then I put my finger in the center of the ring, and then I finish that slip knot right there by bringing that through the loop on my hook. And then you work a beginning cluster, which is chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the center of the ring, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, do the same thing, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. One more time, you go in, yarn over, go in, I'm holding this in the back, go in, yarn over, draw a loop up out of that ring, yarn over, draw through 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, and you pull through all 4, and that completes a beginning puff stitch in this pattern. So now you chain 2. Now you're going back into the ring. The other thing that I do is I always work over the end of my starting chain on a ring like this. So I'm going to go yarn over. This is a regular cluster stitch now, and I'm going to draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Now I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, do the same thing, go in, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, 3 loops on my hook, and then one more time, go in, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, and now I just yarn over and draw through all 4 loops on my hook, then chain 2. So I'm going to do that until I have 8 cluster stitches total. So I'm going to yarn over, go into the ring, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, go into the center of the ring, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. Now I have 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, go into the center of the ring, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over. When I have 4 loops on my hook, you yarn over, draw through all 4, and then chain 2. So continue doing this, and I'll come back on camera until you have 8 puff stitches and end with the chain 2, and then I'll show you how to join and add another color. I have my 8 cluster stitches finished for round 1, and I've ended with a chain 2. And now to join, I just insert my hook from front to back underneath the top 2 strands at the top of the first cluster stitch that I worked. I'm going to yarn over, bring that through to the right side, and then bring that same loop through the loop that's on my hook. And that's joining with a slip stitch. Then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to make one more chain like this, and I pull the back part of that chain just to tighten it a little bit, and then I cut the back, and then I just pull that all the way through just like that. Now for round 2, what I'm going to do is start with a slip knot on my hook, and I'm going to insert my hook. I'm on the right side, and the side that I did round 1 on, you can mark that as the right side. So I'm going to insert my hook like this, drop a loop, and then bring that through the slip knot on my hook, and that's joining with a slip stitch. Now I need to work a beginning cluster stitch, and this is how you will change colors on any round that you want to change colors on. And to do so, I'm just going to chain 2 and work that beginning cluster stitch like I showed you on round 1. So to do so, I'm going to yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw up a loop, draw through 2, yarn over, draw up a loop, draw through 2, yarn over, and see I have 4 loops on my hook, and I'm going to draw through all 4. And then you chain 3, and this is going to create a corner. Now I need another puff stitch in the, or cluster stitch in the same chain 2 space. So I'm going to yarn over, draw up a loop, draw through 2, and I'm going to work a regular cluster stitch in the same space to create the corner. So I have 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to join through all 4, and then on the sides I'm just going to chain 2 between my cluster stitches. So now right here, the side, this is going to become a side. It's just going to be 1 cluster stitch right here. Just draw up, go through all 4 like this, and then chain 2. Now this will be the next, every other space is going to become a corner. So this one gets a regular cluster stitch like this, yarn through, and then chain 3 for the corner, and then another cluster stitch, and then chain 2, and then the next cluster stitch will be a side, I've got 4 loops and draw through all 4, chain 2. The only time I'm using a chain 3 is in the corners. So I'm going to do a cluster, chain 3, cluster in this corner. So just continue around. You're going to end with 4 corners, and then you're going to end with 1 cluster by itself here, and I'll show you how to join and how to create the next round. So here I'm at the end of round 2. I have 2 clusters in each corner separated by chain 3, and then 1 cluster along the sides separated by chain 2s. So I have a total of 12 clusters. I ended with a chain 2, so I'm going to join with a slip stitch to form a, join with a slip stitch to close round 2, and I'm going to go underneath the top 2 strands of my first cluster stitch like this, and then I'm going to yarn over, draw that through, and then yarn over and draw that through the loop on my hook. Okay, so I could finish off here if I wanted to add a new color, but let's say I want to continue on with the same color. So all I have to do is slip stitch into that corner chain 3 space like this, chain 2, and work a beginning cluster right there. Like that, and then I'm going to chain 3, so every corner gets that same thing, the cluster, chain 3 cluster, Okay, and then chain 2 on the sides. And then I'm going to do a cluster here. And then I'm going to chain 2 because I'm still on the side. And now you see what's happening is there's 1 cluster on the side of round 2. Now there's going to be 2 clusters. So each round is going to increase just by 1 cluster stitch on the sides. It's kind of like a granny square how that works. So there's my cluster there. And then the corner again just gets 2 cluster stitches that are separated by a chain 3 for that corner. So right here I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So that's how you just keep going all the way around, and every round is the same after this round like this. So you can change colors, or you can keep going with the same color, whichever you want to do. And there's a lot of great colors in this parfait yarn, and I wish you could feel how soft this is. It's a really nice yarn. And so that's all you need to do, and you just keep going and make it as big or small as you want to make it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. The links to everything are listed below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out, and thank you for watching.